Hello chess lovers, Suren here with another spectacular attacking game for you. With the white piece is playing Magnus Carlsen and his opponent is Atle Groenn. The game was played at Norwegian Championship 2005. Carlsen started with knight f3 and d5 by Groenn, d4, knight f6, c4, c6. The game is transformed into a Slav defense, knight c3, e6. Now white has several options, either to play bishop g5 or e3. Bishop g5 is more popular, h6, bishop h4 and queen b6. Not a very popular move. Usually instead of queen b6, black is capturing on c4, which actually leads to very sharp variations. But instead, after bishop h4 we see queen b6. Here comes queen c2, knight e4 and e3. Well, knight e4 is also playable, though after d takes e4, knight d2, e3, f takes e3, e5, black is managing to get a slight counterplay. By the way, after d takes e4, of course you won't capture on e4 because we'll lose your pawn on b2. Let's go back, but after knight e4 we first see e3 by Carlsen. Bishop b4, bishop d3, queen a5, intensifying the pressure on c3 square. But here Carlsen simply calm-heartedly castled kingside and went for a pawn sacrifice. Knight takes c3, b takes c3, bishop takes c3, rook b1 and d takes c4. Bishop takes c4, bishop b4. Though Carlsen is a pawn down, but he's leading in development and now black can face serious problems. Now comes the knight, knight e5, bishop d6. Well, instead of playing bishop d6, castling straight away would have been better, though after f4, white can then bring the rook on g3 square and organize a dangerous attack. But after knight e5 we see bishop d6, f4, queen c7, black is losing a precious time, queen e4 and another horrible move by black, b6. And now you can pause the video and try to find Magnus Carlsen's next move. Ready? Well, as you can see, all white pieces are developed, are in very active squares and are ready to attack black king. Here comes knight takes f7. Carlsen is instantly damaging black's pawn structure and is trying to target black's king. But what is interesting, after queen c7, instead of playing queen e4, again this knight takes f7 move was playable. If queen takes f7 then f5. But Carlsen first played queen e4 and black overlooked this knight takes f7 threat and played b6. Of course it would have been better for black after queen e4 to play f5 and then castle kingside, but after queen e4 we see b6 and we see this sparkling sacrifice on f7. Queen takes f7. Well, if king takes f7, then again the f pawn is marching forward. If bishop takes h2, simply king h1. If king e8, then f takes e6, and black is facing serious problems right now. The threat is queen g6 check. That's why after knight takes f7, black captured on f7 with a queen. And now the f pawn is coming, trying to open up the f file, also targeting the pawn on e6. Queen h5, bishop takes e6, knight d7, and f6. Carlsen is simply dominating the position. Look at all these aggressive white pieces and this poor king stuck in the center of the board. Knight takes f6, and now you can pause the video and try to find Carlsen's next move. Ready? In this position, Carlsen went for another sacrifice. This time it's time for an exchange sacrifice. Rook takes f6. By the way, capturing on f6 with a bishop is not a good idea because already you are opening up the h file for the queen and you can lose this pawn on h2 square and then black can capture on f6. Though still white has an advantage, but actually this rook takes f6 just blows apart black's position. Now if g takes f6, then bishop g4 discovered check, winning the queen. After rook takes f6, black went for a desperate move, queen takes h4, but Magnus Carlsen didn't even pay attention to this poor queen. He captured on c6. Of course, capturing on h4 is also winning. If g takes f6, queen takes f6, again it's over, but Carlsen went for a checkmate. He played queen takes c6 check, king e7, rook f7 check. Carlsen is also sacrificing the bishop on e6, king takes e6, and believe it or not, but after queen c4, this is a checkmate. Look at this black king getting mated on e6 square. A very beautiful game, I think. Atle Groenn was busy with grabbing a pawn, he didn't develop his pieces, didn't bring his king on a safer square, and Magnus Carlsen punished him severely. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave your comments. And of course, likes and shares are appreciated. Good luck.